Hey, good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody. How you all doing today? I hope you all doing good and everybody is alive. Okay, this is Mohammed again, and today I have something very important to talk about. This is questions that a lot of people have been asking, and people are curious. What do I have to do in order for me to go to Ghana? Ever since the launch of the um, year of return, we've had a rampant increase in tourism. Right, we've had a rampant increase in tourism. A lot of people, trying to go to Ghana, but they were asking themselves, "Hey, what's gonna happen? We have COVID going on. I still want to go to Ghana. I'm not scared of COVID. So what do I have to do?" So that fortunately and unfortunately, you can still go to Ghana, but at the same time, there are new protocols that are in place that you have that need to be followed. Right? We all know that prior to COVID, it's very easy going to Ghana. You just book a plane ticket, see immigrations, and you are good to go. But unfortunately, a whole lot have changed. All right. Now you have to get a PCR test from the country that you departed from, and this PCR test needs to be done within 72 hours before you get to Kotoka International Airport. So we're gonna talk about it, but I'm gonna try as much as possible and keep it very brief, so that way we don't go outside the box from whatever that we're talking about, right? So all right. So in the first place, we got to talk about PCR test and what's the name, an antigen test, right? You got to understand that PCR test and and antigen test are both diagnostic tests, which means that they can be used to determine whether you currently have an active coronavirus infection. However, there are important differences between these two types of tests, right? So the test that you're gonna take at your departing country is the PCR test, and the PCR test is what the polymerase chain reaction test, right? So PCR tests detect the presence of the virus genetic material using a technique called the reverse transcriptase polymerase, right? Chain reaction, or RT-PCR. For this test, sample may be collected, as we all know, through either nasal or saliva, taken to the lab, research on it, and you get the test back to tell you whether or not you are positive or negative. Antigen tests detect specific proteins on the surface of the coronavirus instead, right? They pretty much sometimes refer to a rapid, diagnostic test, because it can be less than an hour compared to a PCR test where it takes a very longer time, sometimes from days to week before you receive it. So if you know you're gonna travel to Ghana, please and please make sure you ask questions when you go to take the coronavirus test, right? You gotta ask them a question: when am I receiving my COVID test results? Ask them, because trust me when I tell you, Ghana immigration, they're not joking with this and they're very serious about it. Trust me when I tell you that they're very serious and they're not playing. They're not ready to get people infected in the country. So please and please make sure that you take your PCR test. And remember, and I repeat again, there is a bigger difference between the PCR test and the antigen test. These are two different things. PCR tests take much a longer time, but antigen tests take, probably sometimes you even get your results within 15 minutes, right? But the PCR test need to be taken within 72 hours. That means 3 days, right? Within 3 days of your departure, right? So I encourage people to ask a lot of questions when they go to take their PCR test. And once you get there, once you get to Ghana Kotoka International Airport, right, you have to pay $150 in order for you to take the antigen test. And the unfortunate part of it is that that money needs to be paid before you even depart from your departure country. All right, you pay the $150 before you get to Kotoka. So as you arrive at Kotoka, sample will be collected and they're gonna let you know whether you're positive or negative. If you're positive, they have things in place already for you that are gonna be positive, and you will be transferred to the nearest hospital, right? But if you're negative, you are welcome to Ghana, and you're gonna get a chance to go out and do whatever stuff that you want to do as to why you are in Ghana. So to those of you who live in New York, I feel like I'm not being paid by NYU to actually advertise whatever. But if you really want to travel, I recommend you take your PCR test at NYU Langone Health. The reason behind it is that NYU Langone Health, remember, it's a medical center, a school at the same time, like how do you call it, a hospital, right? So they do everything in the hospital. So when you go for a PCR test, you get the result the same day. So if you're traveling and you feel like, oh my goodness, I'm going to Ghana and I don't know where to take a PCR test and it's time for me to leave. I don't know when I'm curious when will my results come. Please and please, I recommend that you go to NYU Langone Health, because they are fast in everything that they do. You take the test in the morning, within 5-8 hours. Trust me when I tell you, the latest you could go is 16 hours. Your result will be in. Okay. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope this video helped. If you have any question, feel free to ask me. Thank you.